Good morning, everyone. I know I'm a little late. And I see, let's go to the very beginning. Andy's in the chat. She's been in the chat since 11 minutes after 9. Yeah, she was very early. And Nikki J says, good morning at the spot meet, but wish you a blessed day. And then you got Matt says, morning, Berna. And y'all, I'm here to make sure I put my thumbs up. I'm down with the shingles and met it up. I'll be in and out this morning. Matt, I really hope you feel better soon. That is a pain in more ways than the original was. And Steve's telling me I can have 4 minutes. And my cousin says, well, you're not authorized sick time. I checked the request list and you're not on it, so you best be getting up and better fast. LOL. Well, if you say so, Steve. Steve says Nikki's making the big money today. Yeah, she's at that spot meet. I hope she does really well. And he's telling Steve that he's glad to see him. And my cousin says, hello there to my camping buddy. And there's Buster. Good morning, Buster. With that, if you can find a burn bandage, my dad swears I kept him saying throwing it when he had them. All through it when he had it. Yeah, those burn bandages. Good morning, Joseph. And how are you this wonderful, bright, sunny morning? Boy, is the sky blue. I gotta learn to read. I read burn as bum, and I wondered why he had to bandage a bum. And Joseph's weather is. I get tired of these notifications on my computer. They block up my screen some. Partly cloudy with a temperature of 79. The wind is blowing from the east at 13 miles per hour with the current humidity 52%. A white sky. Oh boy. Oh, all clouds. Okay. We have a fundraiser to do here in a few for our daughter's softball team. Well, good luck with that. And we'll see what Andy's weather is. In West Plains, conditions are cloudy with a temperature of 69. The wind is blowing from the northeast at 9 miles per hour. Current humidity is 92%. Yeah, you're going to get rain, Andy. Joseph, are you near Texas? Let me see what it says for my weather forecast. I thought so, just by the Texas. I mean, just by your weather. Let's see, it's sunny with a temperature of 75. The wind is blowing from the east at 8 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 66%. Now, you guys know the reason for chaos then harvest. You guys know that the week before QuailCon, I moved into my new apartment. And then there was Quail Con. Good morning, Sue at the Bud Files. And then I went to a week later, I went to check on my Greenstalk, the one with the sweet potatoes ended up missing. And I ended up harvesting everything because the guy did not water them like he agreed to, the reason why I gave him the hose and everything. So I harvested everything I got. Now let me look through here so I can find it. Good morning, Aaron. Oh, Lane, have fun blasting off those rockets. So I'm going to show you what I got off the lone green stalk that was neglected. Now that is the first picture. Well, I don't know if I can get this to jump from one to the other. It's not presenting. Now here is all the different peppers I had growing. That's what I managed to harvest off of that. Then let me see about if I can show the next one. It's gonna make me do it the hard way, you guys. So bear with me. Now next is be showing you the oregano and the last two little bitty tomatoes. Ah, my screen is this is really weird. Okay, and here's the sage. All the sage I got. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to do this in a different way. Lucy, back it up. There. Had to put the baby gate up to remind her that she's not supposed to jump around. That is wonderful, Andy. Hey, Grady, good morning. I didn't see you sneak in. Oh, okay, let me do it. Let me see if I can do this a different way. Ah. Let's start this over. If I have to, I'll open all of these. Okay. Okay, this is my full harvest. There we go. We got that one. Now the next picture is going to be on individual parts of the harvest. There's my potatoes, you guys. Only one potato plant survived out of 6 that I planted. Only one of them survived and produced. And boy, these are some weird looking potatoes. Now, see the beautiful amount of sage I got? And that thing was still growing good, even though he hadn't watered it all week. Now, this is oregano and the two little bitty teeny tiny tomatoes that I got from Dawn, from the seeds that Dawn sent me. And those weren't even the size of an olive. I know, Andy, that is what is so funny. And here you go, Matt. You'll enjoy this one. How do you like them peppers? Uh, hey, cuz, sometimes ugly food tastes the best. Those tomatoes didn't really have much of a taste. But the pepper plants really got rid of most of the tomato plants. Yeah, see, the ones right here, those are like bell peppers. Yeah, the one right here. And the rest of these are hot. Not as hot as the one that Matt ate, but hot all the same. Whoops. So I had to share with you guys, even with all the problems I had, I still had a good harvest. I still would have had at least 20 pounds of sweet potatoes if they wouldn't have been disappeared. But I hope whoever got them enjoys them because those were some darn good sweet potatoes. And you know, when they're popping that much out of the soil, they're going to be nice size. You have a blessed day, Joseph. And we all know that look well. And as you guys see, I still got plenty of boxes. I still haven't got my shelves in place yet. So I can only work so much. So some of those boxes are pretty heavy. And I can only move a few at a time. So I can get those shelves into place. But I have been running on some ideas. Even though I can't do much in this apartment, I am thinking about finding ways to go farther than that. And while we are on a live stream, just a second. My phone's finally charged. I can take it off. Um, I will have my clean laundry delivered to me pretty soon. And I just got notification. Oh, he'll be here any minute. So my laundry will be here any minute, you guys. They will wash it. They will sort it, wash it, fold it, and even match my socks. But what I was saying is, I have been going through some thoughts of what I can do next year, and I have. It's called Happy Nest, cause so see if there's a happy nest in your area. So I'm looking. There's a big empty field that the city mows all summer. So I'm thinking about what I can find out about that. Um, yeah, I got a lot of things in my mind, and I don't want to go into them until I get everything figured out and researched and see if it's feasible. And they did plant some trees by my apartment, those worthless ornamental trees. The city did. I got one right outside my front door. That is exactly my thoughts, Andy. But I would want to do raised bed community garden for the simple fact I don't trust the dirt and all the stuff that they've been putting on because it's on the back side of downtown area. So I don't know where the guy's come. Oh, he's coming up the street now. Okay, you guys get to watch this in action. Lucy, off. I didn't tell you you can get up. Now you guys will hear the conversation and everything. You wait right there and be quiet. Oh, you put one thing on a hanger? Good morning. They didn't have to hang that. Okay. You have a blessed day. Lucy, you're going to have to move. So there was my delivery, my clean clothes. Okay, let's see. No, because then they get me for what is it called? Destruction of city property. Oh, they would know. They would know. I already gave them hell about not watering and not putting fertilizer in there, and they said it's the best dirt in Franklin. I said that is not saying anything good. They would know because they know what kind of person I am already. That isn't, it could be a good idea right there. Good morning, Katrina. I see you had fun at the expo. We were just talking about grafting a city tree and putting some real fruit on it, fruit branches on it. Yeah, let me show you what it looked like, you guys. I'm upset that I didn't get the bags to show on the advertisement, but here's my small bag. And here's the majority of it. Now, see, why would they hang that shirt when they didn't hang my pants? Which I think is comical, anyhow. But it's called Happy Nest. Everyone is doing well here, Katrina. And you be careful and pay more attention to the road than to us. And Steve's away from the keyboard. All right, now you can come up and say hello. You're supposed to look at the camera. Look right there, Lucy. See, look at look right there. Put your head up and look. See, that's my beautiful girl. I had to show you off to the camera. Yeah, she's under the impression she's got to protect me from everything. If I disappeared a few, then I'd fallen asleep. But good to chat this morning. And if you Matt, if you disappear, it's understandable. We really appreciate you coming on when you're sick. And I know you being sick, you're not going to have a live tonight or tomorrow. And I hope you're taking the time off of work. Oh, you're a pain in my butt. Mwah. Now off. You know how to get to me, don't you? Off. Oh, you're going to try tonight? Okay, Matt. But don't force yourself. Would you get off now? Everybody wants my attention. Not just you. Not just you. I know you think I should only pay attention to you. Yeah, lately she's trying to walk me instead of me walk her. I guess she wants to explore this whole downtown area. And when I take her for walks, I'm looking for green spots where she can go pee because I don't like her peeing on the concrete. No, but I'm watching what they're doing around here. Yeah, cuz I know what you mean. We'll know from the snoring. I'm watching what they're doing around here because this is supposed to be a 5-year project of them building up the downtown area. Now they got the first block done, except right now they're putting. I seen them bringing them over, but I didn't see any of them put up. In other words, they're getting ready to do the street lights, but I'll believe that when I have light in front of my door. It's getting taller than the porch. That is cool. You need to do a video on that, Andy. But see, I've only got a few months a couple months to think things out. Oh, it's weaved itself through the rails of the porch also? You better get a video of that before it goes dormant. But volunteers, you gotta love them. And Katrina, you know those special flower bulbs we love? I'm not gonna say the words outright, but I'm hoping that I will find a way to plant them around the trees that they're putting out. A little bit of that guerrilla gardening starting in. But that would be better than just a metal grate that's around the tree. But you guys notice the shirt I'm wearing? I still love to talk about quail if anybody asks me what it means. Yeah, I think crocuses should be planted around trees. Yeah, give a little beauty to the bareness of the ground. And now I've got to get me two, well, you might as well say a couple wine barrel planterns so I can have on each side of my door. And the only flowers I'll plant is nasturtiums, but of course patio tomatoes and stuff like that. You got that right, Andy. I am a quail raiser forced to take a break. I'm also a rabbit raiser forced to take a break. And you know, Erica's not online. Andy bought some rabbits from me. Erica bought some rabbits from me at Quail Con. You got that right, cuz my knowledge, nobody can take that knowledge away except for even if you get, even if I get senile, I will still have the knowledge that it just come out at the wrong times. If I have Alzheimer, it may just come out at the wrong times. I did find out some good news. January, I will be considered retired, not disabled, by Social Security. Well, cuz I will not touch that comment with a 10-foot pole because I got so many smart aleck responses to that comment. Oh, I'm gonna have to go on live on a Wednesday night called party and call it Base Place Party Time, where we can say all the things that we usually don't say and make it for 18 and over. And do you know some of the laws on retirement have changed in recent years? Yeah, BYOB. Okay, now let's get back to the serious side now. Um, how many think are thinking about processing s- their numbers of quail and just having a carryover bunch or starting fresh in the spring? That is what I'd like to know because I know some people will process all their quail, oh, probably in October, just before bad weather starts hitting, and then start all over in the spring. There's some that just bring their numbers down until until spring. Is anybody doing anything like that, or are you going to go? Are you going to add lights and continue getting eggs all winter long, or are you going to give your quail a rest? Okay, in other words, you process at for the oh, you process everything before QuailCon? Are you going to be starting it off again in February or something? Oh, Andy, I forgot he listens. Oh, I am so sorry I outed you. Oh, that's on the quail. Okay. Good morning, Amy. It's good to see you this morning. Yeah, I did it this time, cuz. Well, you can call me Amy unless you want to come up and talk about it. Good morning, Jennifer. Haven't seen you in a coon's age. and missed you at Quail Con. Okay, the problem is if I get caught with them in my apartment alive, I can get in trouble. Or you can take me to your place and I can process at your place. Yeah, if I process them at your place, they can arrive here dead. Yeah, straight for the freezer. On Facebook, do you have my new name? Here, let me get this for you. Let me see. Okay, make sure this is the one that you use on Facebook. See, we both did it the exact same time, cuz. Yeah, see, if I'm going to process something, Amy, I'd rather process it all at once so that I know it's fresh and there's no problems with that. But we can talk about it. I can call you later, or you can call me later because I had to walk Lucy after the live stream. Hey, Desiree. It was so good that you came to QuailCon. You got food poisoning from where? Where did you get food poisoning at? Or from where? Some sort of fried pizza. Yeah, I would not trust something like that. Well, because do you fry pizza? Oh my goodness. And you don't know how long your dad was holding it before he got brought it home. Well, I tell you what, cause you know what I had for dinner the other night? Some of my own ham and bean soup. And it was good. Oh, okay. Your dad ordered it and your stepmom hooked it up. Well, if you want pizza rolls, fix them yourself. Don't get them from a restaurant. Well, Desiree, get hold of me on Facebook and we may be able to work something out. Because I still got a bag of Skittles that I have to freeze dry yet, but that's going to wait until I get my apartment halfway in order. Good morning, Nancy, at our treasured home. She's another Buckeye. And there's Jasmine. You know, you want to try something new? Make them yourself. And that way you know it's new and it's fresh. I mean, all you got to do is you can get some egg wraps. I mean, some rice paper or phyllo dough or pie dough or croissant and make them yourself. Oh no. Did you get any animals yet, Desiree? Okay. You have two quail. Well, we're just so glad to have you, Jasmine. How are the quail driving you crazy? And did you pick up males or females? Because you don't know how to behave, period. Jasmine, as you can see, I got a lot of unpacking to do. That's not counting that back, that L part of the front room is full of boxes and my two of my shelves. Well, that can take some time. Do you have them in an old rabbit cage or something? That would work great. You brought 3 home with you? That's cool. That is normal. That's why you need to get their up from where their poop falls. He's a Swanson. What do you expect? Oh. Should have asked you if you need help unpacking and organizing while I was in a hobby. I love doing that. Well, cool, because I don't. I don't like to unpack. I don't like to pack. It's all very stressful to me. And there's Rita. Good morning, Rita. That's why you only bring what you're allowed to spend. She's in Michigan. Rita, I hope you have fun. I'm going to have to stop in on you sometimes. I've been so busy with moving and Quail Con and everything else. When are you moving to Kentucky? Well, Rita, would you like to come up? Here, let me get you a link. And then if any problems show up, you guys will hear about it as usual. Well, cuz I thought it was because you had beans. That's why you're a guest. Good stuff and more for a plane ticket. But my boyfriend has to save up some money before that because I used a lot for QuailCon camping and a wedding outfit I never got to go to so fun. I got up, milked the cow, made breakfast, and have not gotten fully dressed or brushed my hair, lol, and started sewing. Okay, let me get rid of that comment there so that the troll doesn't appear since I outed the troll who's been using different names and he followed me into my quail community and then he showed himself. He exposed his inclination and I banned him and all the names that I know him under. I usually comb my hair. Yeah, those trolls are perverts. And that's why you banned them from your studio. You don't need it. Do you remember TM showing up in some of the other Quailer chats? TM was the troll. He was the one that tried to do porn bombs. I can't do anything against my cousin. No, TM was the problem person. I've been watching him for months under that name until he exposed himself the other Saturday. I'll be right back, you guys. I'm going to still be able to talk, but I can't see your comments. I won't be able to see your comments because I got to get some coffee. And my refrigerator is in one room, and my coffee machine is in another room. Because you know, when a man designs an apartment, when they're remodeling, they don't use a, they don't have a woman's common sense unless they're a cook too. But it's a lot bigger than the other one. I just don't have any more. I don't have enough counter space. And because of where the electric heaters are, it would make it hard for me to put my dining room table in there. It's not quite big enough for that big of a table, but I'll have to figure things out. That's part of unpacking is when you're figuring out where you're going to put everything and which would be more proficient. And I think I know I left my folding table between the stove and the refrigerator at the old apartment, and that I need for my freeze dryer. So I had to buy another one of those. Oh, so we're officially in the dining room. No, you're officially in the front room area. The dining room area I put in the front room because it's an L-shaped living room. No room for a mobile island. That's why I need a folding folding table, one that I can fold up and stick in a closet. Yeah, this is an L-shaped living room. So the dining room table is right in the middle of my living room. But I may end up, after I get that flat part of the, or the, whatever, that one part of the front room done, I, since my computer uses an extension cord anyhow, I may move my computer over there and put the dining room table right here where I originally wanted it so that I can run my freeze dryer. Yeah, it's not really a nook. That's part of the front room. That nook that's back there is where you're supposed to put the entertainment center for your TV and your TV. Yes, but that can change. Bad goes to worse. I'll put my bed in that one area. I don't know. I'm still unpacking, trying to figure out how to do everything. And I got to get a cancer stick. Yeah, my bed and Lucy's bed is in the same room, and that's the bedroom. Yeah, I may put the coffee machine and my computer in the bedroom, put my bed um in front of the shelf units. Yeah, make that an office. Then put drapes up along this wall from one wall to the other. What you need, Desiree, is candied ginger. That would calm your stomach down quite a bit. Also, yogurt. Yep, that's what I was saying. But there's no plug-ins in that area. So I would bring the echo controlled light near that area. And yeah, because I don't need, I can holler from my bed and say, echo, light off. I agree, Andy. But I can get it one way. And then after I get rid of all these boxes, you're welcome, cuz. See, that's what's so bad. We can only call it Echo or Alexis. They should give us more options, or Santa Claus. Ah, that controls all your lights. Yeah, I know. And so do I, cuz, but the trouble is, how many of them control your lights or your electrical outlets? And Buster, how's the weather been in your area? Excuse me, all I'm going to have. It's been pretty dry here, too. So all that um, tropical storm completely avoided you. Oh, 'cause I would have certain things control certain other things. Oh, wow. And how much flooding are you getting? Now that is sad. $12 feet by 12 feet. Oh. Well, at least it's 12 by 12 feet and not inches. Oh, it sounds like Oklahoma, maybe new desert. Now, if Steve is talking about meters, that's a good size proper house because a meter is a little over 3 feet. Oh, are you on well water or city water, Buster? Oh, okay. Just hope your well don't go dry. I'm not touching that with the 10-foot pole. You know, there's old farmers' homes in Arkansas that was open where you had to go outside to get to the other part of the house. So it is amazing because then they'd have this long hallway that was open to the to the weather. They even had their schools where there was no the hallways were open outside. So it was like a porch. That was the hallway. And you can tell where they put the new part to the school because that's where the office and everything ended up. And where was the kitchen at? Because could you get through the kitchen from your bedroom? Or was the kitchen outside? You know what I've always dreamed of? I've always dreamed to have a summer kitchen, which would be like a gazebo, a large gazebo, so that I could bake all year round. So your your bedroom is like, yeah, is like Andy said. That's mother-in-law room. You need to take some pictures, cuz, and share with me to see what you're talking about. Oh, that was back when you were in high school. Okay. So I can see why you would have the kids' room out of the house, the teenagers' room. There's like a lot of people building apartments over their garages for their teenagers. Oh, that is a bummer. Wait a minute. The apartment complex that my mother lived in, the last time we were in her custody, that apartment complex was um, taken down. Now wait, you guys call cuz old, you're calling me old because there's only a couple years difference between our ages. I beg your pardon. I do not feel old. And you're only as old as you feel. So if you want to call yourself old, go right ahead. Because no matter how old I get, I'll still be young. I don't think you look 100. You got too much color in your hair. And I know you don't dye your hair. But you know what? I'm a great grandma. Yep, just like me. We don't like to dye our hair. I've gotten more gray in the last month than I've ever had. Look at that, you guys. I got some gray showing up. But you know, in the last couple of months, I went through not only moving, QuailCon, which was good. That's the Christmas of the year for me. But I'm also mourning the change of life. You know, I'm mourning my animals and everything. So I've been under a lot of stress, and my hair's starting to show it. Yeah, but things are going to get better. I mean, I can get put knocked down, but I don't stay down because I'm not a quitter. I'm too damn bullheaded for that. I'm a Taurus. We always rise, no matter how difficult it gets. Hey, cuz, next year when Dawn comes to QuailCon, she'll race you. Thank you, Andy. Because if I can rent a part of a farm close enough by or rent a piece of land in town that I can walk to where I can take care of animals twice a day, and then I will at least have rabbits. They won't be in my apartment, so I won't be breaking my lease. But if I can get hold of two whiskey barrel, you know, the barrel planterns, and put one on each side of my stairs, thank you, Amy. We will talk after I walk Lucy after the live stream. I'll give you a call. because I cannot afford the prices of meat in the grocery store. That's for darn sure. You guys want to find things out? Look, I got this pamphlet here that Social Security sent me. And there's, yeah, there's a lot of things here. I'm going to have to do a special live stream to where I read all this out from what I learned. Yes, and if I plant like patio tomatoes, bush cucumbers, and garlic on the back side of each of of the. Now I might not do I may not do cucumbers. I may end up doing tomatoes and hot peppers, and then along the bottom of them planting nasturtiums to make them pretty. Well, that all depends. Yeah, but with the people walking by, I may not end up having any blueberries at all. But if I get permission from the city for a community garden, or at least a garden spot on this field, I'm going to have to make a video of what I'm thinking and planning. And then I will end up putting a couple of raised bed gardens out there. You got that right, Andy. I don't think the city would like that. Because somebody else might decide to pee on it too. Oh. And borage, yeah, I got borage seeds. I want to plant some borage because borage is pretty too, and it tastes like cucumbers. But you know what, Amy? If I do get them, the borage leaves are not only good for tea, but they're also good for salads. Well, we know where you go pee at. The leaves are also good for salads and to put in, like, do you ever hear of green soup? That's where you throw all your greens into a pot, cook it up in, like, chicken or rabbit broth, and then you put it all through the blender and add buttermilk to it, and then heat that back up, and it is good, warm or cold. You got spinach in it, you got borage in it. Yeah, I call it green soup. Amy, I had to take all the shelves off my Greenstalk to get to the white potatoes that I planted. I don't like, quote, vegetable soup or beef and vegetable soup at all, but I like the green soup where you blend it all up. You can use an immersion blender. Yeah, that and moving boxes around. I want to be super strong soon. But I lifted each level of that green stalk. And Bill tried to tell me he watered it the night before. All of the all of the dirt was bone dry. I knew it hadn't been watered for over a week, and the plants were dying of thirst when I harvested everything. No, but on vegetable soup, the only way I can eat it is if it's all blended together. And then when you're eating it cold, you put a dollop of sour cream on top. It's pretty good, cold or hot. Yeah, and put them in a deeper pot. Make it a deep pot. Or you could actually plant those in the ground, Andy, and they will weather through the winter. They will come back in the spring. Because unless you're going to bring them in the wintertime, it's better to plant them in the ground. But if you're bringing them in through the winter, then pots are good. Okay, you'll plant them in the spring. That's a good idea. Yeah, repot them now and then plant them in the spring. That way they get a lot of root growth before winter comes next year. I don't know, Andy, do you have a greenhouse? But I will advise you, Andy, to replant them within the next 5 days. It's a shame you don't have a greenhouse. I've got all this knowledge and no place to put it. Maybe I had to write a book, so to speak. You know, with the heat of the quail, will keep a greenhouse up above freezing all year round. Well, 'cause you don't have a greenhouse yet. You have a project going. Yeah, that's only a project. That's not a greenhouse yet. You need to invite Aaron to come up for a week or a weekend and build it for you. I was going to put up only half of it for the quail enclosure so I can put the whole thing up and divide half and half. Yeah, but why would you have to divide it depending on what kind of cages you're using for the quail? You can have a compost pile underneath the quail and then a garden. So I have a question. A friend told me to use crab apples for ACV. I'm not sure what ACV is. Apple cider vinegar. Okay. Oh yeah, they use crab apples for apple cider vinegar. Yeah. He says you're the boss. You boss him around all year. And yeah, Cuz is right. Leave the peels on. Yeah, crab apples are what they make apple cider vinegar out of. Another thing is if you get apple cider, yeah, it also has the pectin. So what you do is you just core your apples, and then you can either cut or dice them up to make your apple cider vinegar. And then you save the mother from one batch, to start the next batch. And what kind of roof are you going to have over it? Oh, Andy. But not only can you use crab apples, you can use all apple varieties mixed together. There's enough sugar in the apples. You don't need to add sugar to it. There's enough sugar in the apples. Yeah, well, I like to see that when you get it done. Or if you have the plans scribbled out someplace, share it with me on Facebook and we can talk through it. Yeah, even in the crabby ones. And like Steve said, let it ferment for like 4 months. Well, to if you were to draw it out, take a picture of it and send it to me in Messenger of what's in your head, then we can talk about it. Yeah, it takes that long to get up to a good vinegar grade. You can test it every month. Yeah, doing things right, Amy, takes time unless you speed up and add junk to it. It may be a little less since you added some brags to it, maybe a month less, but I would taste it occasionally. Yeah, you're not allowed to have salt in the vinegar. You can tell that the red wine vinegar you buy in the grocery store is chemically made because it's high in salt. Yeah, bad wine turns to vinegar. It's hard. It's cider that it turns hard and then it turns to vinegar. I got drunk once when I was a young teenager on hard cider. No, David. Dave. Hey, cuz. Uh, I can't hear you, but I can see you. Yeah, to turn it to wine, you have to add sugar. No, I can't see you. I can see your words. Big difference. My screen is safe. Hold on a second, you guys. Oh. No, I have got, let me count here. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 boxes to move out of the way so I can put the shelves into that entertainment center area. And if there's one thing, when my dad made grape wine, I don't think he added sugar to it because he didn't add yeast. Um, the yeast and the sugars came from the grapes themselves. Dave, you didn't make it to QuailCon, did you? Well, I tell you, some apples are high in sugar. I don't think you need to add sugar. They don't add sugar to cider. Yes, most wines you have to add sugar to, but grape wine is one you don't. I still have that memory of stomping grapes, and that was 60 years ago. Well, then you may want to add very little sugar, mostly to keep the bacteria alive while you're waiting the sugars to be released from the apples, the natural sugars. That's just a heck of a lot of sugar. But that's 15 pounds of sugar. Oh, he wanted sweet wine. Yuck. I like the dry wine better. Sweet wine I consider kitty wine. I like a good dry wine. And I don't like bubbly wine, so I don't like champagne. Yeah. So that's a pound of sugar for each to make each pound of wine. That is a lot. Okay, what about greenhouse? What's your question about greenhouse? Waiting on your questions, Amy. That is great to make a greenhouse out of them. That's what Aaron did. Let me see if I can find that video. You know, that would be a great idea. You could you actually make a two-section cold frame. Now, Aaron's greenhouse that he used out of windows is a two-part series. So I'm setting both links into the chat room in case others want to watch. But the idea of composting quail related heat. Yes. You can either put quail and or rabbits in your greenhouse to keep the heat so that it doesn't get below freezing. Yes, that's all on his YouTube channel. That's the two things that I posted in because posted too. Just search, go to his channel and search, use the search keyword, just greenhouse, and they both come up for you. That yeah, it would. Because of too much rain. Yeah, everybody needs to go to Gidro's Family Farm YouTube channel and subscribe. because he can't do lives until he reaches 500 members. And opening some of the windows too, cuz. So when he gets to 500, he will be able to do a live. With YouTube, you cannot do a live until you have 500 subscribers. Are all your names in there, cuz? Oh, Amy, one of these times you're going to have to tell me your other names. No, it's 500 subs. Or maybe that's just Aaron's gold. After you boil the heads and pull the meat off the heads of the rabbit, because I know you're going to bring stuff up to freeze dry. Then you can bring it up to me and I can freeze dry the heads for you. The rest of it, you need an alum and salt mixture to make your hides. And they have to sit for almost a month in there, and you have to stir it quite often before you rinse it out and dry them. But you can store the heads and the hides both in the freezer, which you've already did. Oh, wow, you guys. We're on a 4-minute countdown. I didn't realize it's almost noon already. Okay, you can just dehydrate them. But if you want all the water out of there quickly, then the freeze dryer is easier. The hides you don't want to cook. You don't want to put it through the dehydrator or the freeze dryer. Tap it all off. After I get everything rearranged, I'm going to have to clean out my freezer before winter. It used to be 50, but everybody's changing the rulings. I mean, you got the state changing laws. You got the um, federal government changing laws, and of course, YouTube changes laws. Everybody's changes laws. The only thing that is constant is change. And if you have dogs and you use this portion, make sure you have them drying out before you put it in the dehydrator. Um, put it up high enough that your dogs can't get to it or they'll get alcohol poisoning. Because that's what happened to Lucy. Because that's why I said put them in a hard place. Yeah, if you want to pose them, let's say for a necklace or something, yeah. No, I think they dried out from the alcohol. I just forgot about them because I didn't see them. Okay, if they're gonna be for dog treats, I wouldn't even put them in the dehydrator. Just bring them to me and I'll freeze dry them for you. That way they're still raw because the dehydrator cooks. Since you're using it for dog treats, I would just bring them for the freeze dryer. Okay, you guys, it's noon. So I will say, have a blessed day. And I'll see you tomorrow night at my Shire's live stream. If he goes live, I think this weekend he wants someplace, but we'll know for sure tomorrow. Have a blessed day and stay active.